have taken off my wetsuit and my flippers, my snorkel and my mask, and I'm now happily behind my desk with my friend Luann. Good morning. It's Mornings with Luann and Tim on ONNtv. We hope that you manage to stay dry.
Yes, I know that some people's basements are flooding.
Well, my end of town, like I'm right by the underpass.
Oh, you are?
Well, nearby. I mean, blocks away. And shut down again, right?
Yes.
They closed it down.
Yeah, they shut it down.
Flooding.
Yeah. Highway.
So many roads.
Yeah,
closed.
in Thessalon, where it goes up to Cochrane. Cochrane?
I don't know those routes.
That big intersection on 17 at Thessalon.
You know that one. Oh, okay.
There's a washout there.
Completely washed out. And then going north also, I heard.
Yes. Closed between Wawa and Batchewana.
Oh, look at the. Oh, Mike's showing pictures of the one. Look at it. Where is that? That's the highway. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it just wouldn't stop.
No, it just. I went out for dinner with the girls, and my goodness, run in and run out.
Oh,
that's it. Drenched, soaked.
Our backyard, our pool is full again.
Yeah, no doubt. What do you do in that case?
I don't know.
Do you have to empty it again?
Well, see, the whole thing is you don't really need to take down our pool.
Oh.
He just likes to because it makes the thing the liner last longer.
Yeah, makes
well,
sense.
also because one year he got really frustrated. He wanted spring to come faster. So he decided that he was going to break up all the ice in the pool.
Oh.
Well, you know what that does? You got frozen ground and ice chunks, and you pound. You put holes in the entire pool. I had to patch 60 holes in my pool liner.
60?
60! While he was off working on a movie, I had to stick a thing underneath. I actually put
You had to stick a thing where?
I had to I put sawhorses under the bottom of the pool, went underneath, and then lay on my back and look for light holes.
Are you kidding me?
And then I'd have to count squares over from the edges and go, there's a hole on square number blanc from blanc.
Yeah, okay.
That's how cheap I was. I wouldn't buy a new liner. Then the next year I did buy a new liner because by the second year all the patches floated to the top.
So you're really good at patching.
So it's better for him to take down the liner than try to attempt that again. Anyway. Never mind about us.
Anyway.
How are you?
I hope your day's going okay.
Gosh,
Jeez, there's
almighty.
So much water everywhere.
Well, and do you really believe this is? You told me yesterday that a lot of this is part of that storm coming up.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah. Yeah, he's far-reaching.
Now where is he? Georgia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Headed towards New Brunswick is going to actually feel a little bit of effect from him.
The size of these storms.
That thing was monstrous.
What happened? I didn't even pay attention. Was there a lot of damage in Florida from the Panhandle?
Yes, lots.
Wow.
Yeah, wind and water, of course, but water, just unbelievable. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Listen, so they're talking about tragedies. The Humboldt tragedy?
Yes.
The owner of the company is now being charged with multiple violations. So the driver's already been charged.
The bus.
Driver of the... No, the transport that ran...
Oh, okay.
It was the transport.
Because I was wondering, No,
the transport ran the stop sign and hit the bus.
After more than a year.
The driver's been charged, and now... It's log keeping, record keeping, all of this stuff, all these different violations. He wasn't running the company properly and not taking care of his record keeping and all this.
Gosh.
Yeah, it keeps coming.
And that's been a year already.
Well, and now what about the limo driver in New York State?
The limo driver too, yeah, he's been charged.
Well,
not the driver, because he's passed.
The owner of the company.
Yes.
Criminally negligent homicide, 20 counts.
20 counts.
A state inspector deemed that very vehicle unserviceable last month.
Yeah.
And the driver was not qualified to operate. The driver who passed away, unfortunately, was not qualified to operate a vehicle of that size and nature.
You cannot cut corners with people's lives.
And the guy that's being charged is 28 years old. The owner, and he said, all I do is marketing and answer the phones. My dad runs the company. It's not me. It's my dad." And they're
throwing dad under the bus. There's a nice kid.
Meanwhile, his car was full of luggage. He was packed to go.
Well, apparently he's getting death threats.
So we don't know whether he was actually trying to run away or whether he's living out of his car and running around. And
he was ready to go somewhere.
He already had a run-in with the law, though. He and his brother apparently got pulled over, and his brother didn't have a valid driver's license, so they pretended they were each other. And they got charged with that.
Oh my goodness. So he's doing well for 28. Keep at it.
4 years in prison for that homicide charge. So
that's
times 20.
They needed a bond, a bail for $150,000. Done. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. Terrible.
Awful stuff going on.
I know.
Something good, though.
Good, please.
Today is International Day of the Girl. So if you have a girl, a young woman in your life, tell her that she can be anything she wants to be and to dream her dreams.
You can be anything you want to be. Dream your dreams.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know what, it's interesting because one of the...
Boys, you can too.
Yes, absolutely. In the newscast, you'll see later on in the show, there's a story, a survey was done of Canadian young women and the Me Too movement and how whether or not they feel that they've accomplished anything. The numbers are pretty low. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, the numbers are pretty low. There's
Low self-esteem, or just not feeling they're making an impact, not
feeling like
feeling
they're
their potential. They're feeling their...
Yeah, they're not feeling like they're being taught to lead or given opportunities to lead, and that's So that's an interesting story considering today is Day of the Girl.
Yeah.
Right. So there's still some work to be done.
Still some work to be done in late female the female gender.
Yes.
Learning to be leaders.
Yes.
But there are so many female leaders in our world.
Yeah, but they have to work extra hard.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, that's a thing, right? And
yes.
And
it's not a level playing field.
No, and that's a thing too. And I think so many people are talking about the Me Too movement, and of course it started with Harvey Weinstein. There was such a culture that allowed that to happen for so long. Back in the day, they used to joke about the casting couch. Apparently it wasn't a joke.
It wasn't a joke. Well, and you know what? You talk to some of those female stars who are now in their 70s, who in the 1950s were, it was happening then, misogynistic.
Yeah, and news female reporters, anchors, they talk about,
Yeah, well, even you said, even local news,
small
it was
Northern Ontario.
It was a man's world.
And basically it still is. If you look around, there's not a lot of women that work here on the air.
No,
No, Riley, Megan, and I, and then everybody else is male.
Angela. But that's true.
You know?
We need more women here.
You know what, though?
I think the whole world would be better off if women ruled the world.
Thank you.
Who runs the world? Girls. Who runs the...
Luann for president, Mike saying in my ear.
We don't have a president, Michael.
That's why he's saying that.
Oh, gosh. Our Canadian government is being challenged right now. The Mikisew Cree First Nation. I think I'm saying it right. Mikiseu. Mikisew. It's a band in northern Alberta. So here's the deal. The Conservative government back in 2012 passed one of those omnibus bills. They should not be allowed. I don't like those omnibus things where they put a whole bunch of regulations in one bill and they pass the whole thing all at once. It makes it really hard to get in there and find out what's in there. I don't like them.
So you just think that they're not transparent enough?
Yeah. They hide stuff in there. Anyway, the Conservatives passed this omnibus budget bill in 2012. And the legislation, of course, it reduced regulatory control over waterways. And it also removed some of the stuff about, it overhauled the Environmental Assessment Act. Okay, so now, the Mikisew Cree First Nation said, okay, when you did that, you basically endangered our waters, our hunting, our fishing. We have a treaty that says this stuff is ours and we're supposed to protect it, and you're supposed to take care of the resources that you came. We're supposed to work together on this, protecting our resources. That was the whole deal. There was a treaty, I think it was 1890 something, not 1899, Treaty 8, guaranteed them their rights and that we were going to take care of their land. So they sued. But the Federal Court of Appeal ruled there was no... So what they wanted to do was, they said, we think that anytime you are going to table a legislation that affects our rights or our treaties, before you can even table it, you have to consult with us.
That makes sense to me, right?
And, the Federal Court of Appeal disagreed and said there is no obligation for cabinet ministers to consult First Nations people before introducing legislation that may impact constitutionally protected Aboriginal and treaty rights. No obligation for cabinet to do that because they said there's checks and balances in place. There's an obligation for the executive to consult. But as we saw with the pipeline,
yes, I was going to say
it was
their final word.
Not
pretty
even
much.
a consultation. They were note takers.
Yes.
So anyway, they're appealing to the Supreme Court. They're taking it all over to the Supreme Court, and if they win, it's going to overhaul everything when it comes to legislation. However, when you think about their and the government is saying, oh, it's going to interfere with it's going to impede the policy-making practices, and it's going to be impractical. It's impractical interference. It's going to diminish Parliament. You know what it's going to do? It's going to save a whole lot of money of all of these court proceedings down the line where we're tied up in courts. 2012.
Yeah.
6 years of courts going on. How much money did that cost?
Yeah, and who's paying for that?
And so isn't that kind of impeding their rights?
Yes,
I don't know.
exactly.
I'm sorry, I'm on side with the First Nations on this one again.
Yeah, again, and again.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Who's coming up on the show?
Sarah McComb.
What's she do?
She works at the library. It's library week.
Oh, awesome.
They always blow me away with the great stuff they do at the library.
It's phenomenal.
Until you hear the great stuff.
Man, it changed so much since I could read.
Wild. And then later on, the Seniors Drop-In Center.
Oh my gosh.
Brooke McMillan's back to talk about that too. So we got everything covered today.
Thank you so much for joining us. Please stay with us for the next hour of live local TV on TV mornings with Luann and Tim. We'll be right back.
So as promised, my first guest is Sarah McComb. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Tim.
So we have a bit of a history, Sarah and I. Your grandfather,
Yes.
The late John Kalina,
Yes.
and my father, the late Terry Murphy, were law partners.
Yes.
Your grandpa specialized in real estate and estate law, yeah, and
Yes.
my dad was a criminal law criminal attorney.
Yep.
Years, friends for
yes.
like 50, 60 years probably. Wow. Nice to have you on the show.
Nice to be here.
Your title at the library is?
Reference technician.
Let's start. We've got so much to cover.
Okay.
Sarah, it's Library Week.
Yes. So Library Week is a chance for us to really advocate for the library and to celebrate the things that we do for the community and also celebrate our library patrons. So coming up third week in October, we've got a lot of really awesome programs planned.
You certainly do.
Yes.
One of the ones that I love, where's my little book? Can I look at this?
Yes,
this one.
the Benjamin
Okay,
Project.
Luann, I forgot to talk about this. We can talk about it now.
Okay, yes.
Buddha, the dog, at the Humane Society,
Yeah.
he got adopted.
I'm so happy.
We're all so happy.
I was really worried about him.
There's
It
like
broke my
messages-
heart every time
There's messages coming in from all across
Yeah.
like the country when they
Yes.
saw on Facebook
Yes.
that Buddha got adopted. So
Yeah.
this is rather timely. Tell me about
Yes.
Benjamin.
Okay, so the Benjamin Project, we've got a gentleman by the name of Malcolm Bernstein coming in.
Yes.
He's coming in from, I believe, Toronto, and he started the Benjamin Project in honor of his dog, who he adopted from a shelter and had recently passed away.
Oh, Benjamin passed away?
Yes, so he put all of his notes together and he wrote 2 books, one for children, one for adults, and he started the Benjamin Project, which is advocating for basically treatment of animals, responsible pet ownership, things like that. So he's got 2 books. He's going to be coming, he's going to be talking at the library. That's October 17th, that's a Wednesday from 10 to 12 in the children's area. Anybody can come. And he's also going to be selling books for $20, and the proceeds from his book sales will be going to our local Humane Society.
Locally?
Locally,
Oh, I
yes.
just got a bit of goosebumps.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. So yes, the mission of the Benjamin Project is to raise funds for animal shelters, and then he's going to give it locally?
Yes.
And it's Benjamin, a loving story
Yes.
about a dog and his lasting impact on the animal kingdom. Oh, I
Yes.
love this. And this is the children's section, right?
Yes, in the children's area.
10
Yeah.
a.m. to 12 noon, and the author will be there selling books as well as meeting the kids and talking about his dog. Oh, I love that story.
Yes, and there's also going to be some furry friends there.
What do you mean?
There's going to be
The library's having pets?
We're going to have Whisper and Dodge come in. They're owned by the Valley family. So
Are
if,
they like
they're going to be coming in to visit. So if you're a dog person and you want to
Whisper and
support
Dodge.
the Humane Society and come and see a great author and a great program, then
bring your kitties down
Yes.
on Wednesday, October 17th? Well, that's
Yep.
that's next Wednesday.
yes, it is.
Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
What else you got going on?
All right. So also going on all through Public Library Week is our annual Food for Fines program.
Okay, this is genius. Talk about
Yes.
a community-based initiative. Go.
Okay, so what we're doing is if you bring in 2 non-perishable food items, we will waive $5 off of your overdue fees.
There you go. So if you've got those library books sitting around your house right now because you forgot to return them, this is the time during Library Week.
Yes, and the collected food goes to the soup kitchen. And yeah, it's a great way to get some...
You reduce your fines by $5 by bringing in 2 non-perishable items, and the community wins because we get more food for the soup kitchen.
Yes.
Love it. Combining,
Yep.
It's a great idea.
Yep, and it works for almost every account. There's just a couple exceptions, like if your account's gone to a credit bureau, unfortunately we can't do anything about that. But apart from that,
return library books.
Yeah. But apart from that, bring in your non-perishables. It's a great.
I love it. And you know what? Even if you don't have, even if you don't have overdue books, just drop a couple of cans of food off or some spaghetti or something. Or
yeah, we'd be happy to take it.
Is it all food items? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, non-perishable.
Non-perishable. All right. I love this. Can we talk about this a little bit? Was this on your thing to talk about or no?
This is a little bit after Library Week, so could I?
Okay. We'll keep you in suspense. They're going to come back and talk about that.
Okay. And then the other thing is our Authorpalooza program.
Okay.
Yes.
Authorpalooza, local authors, how many?
25 local authors
are coming to the library.
Yes. So it's going to be on Friday, October the 19th. It's going from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. That's at the library downtown.
Okay.
And yeah, 25 authors will be coming in. They're going to be getting time to read from their book or speak about their book, kind of like...
They're doing some reading too?
Yes, that's going to be going on throughout the day. And then they're also going to be selling their books and signing. So also...
I don't want to put you on the spot. Is there an agenda of when people are going to be... is there somewhere you could go to find out at what time, which author is going to speak?
You will be able to.
Oh, you will.
We're just nailing down the final schedule, but it's almost ready to go.
All right.
So yes, if there's an author that
you'd
like to see...
So for instance, if I wanted to go see my sister Mary Lynn Murphy, whose book Finding Grace is doing very nicely, she'll be there reading. I don't know if she's going to do anything from her latest one that isn't released yet. But anyway, I can go online and find out what time they're speaking at.
Yeah.
Online?
So
would it be online or how would I find out?
Well, you could contact the library.
Okay.
And yeah,
all right.
As soon as that's nailed down, it'll be...
That's a week from tomorrow, Friday.
Yes, a week from tomorrow.
Friday the 19th.
Yes, and we're going to have...
10 to 3.
10 to 3. And Mother Goose story time is going on in the children's department that day. So we've actually got a local author who's going to be bringing in his brand new book. So if you've got kids,
so then you could go down and you could send your kids can go and learn about the Mother Goose story time, and while they're there, you could go and meet authors in the adult section.
Exactly. Yes.
You know what's really cool too to talk to authors is to find out what was their thinking behind the book, what motivated them, all that kind of stuff.
It's fantastic.
It is.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
More. See, there's more. I'm telling you, the library's going crazy these days.
Okay.
As always, never mind these days.
Okay, so then we've also got an event coming up on November 23rd.
Yes.
So next month, and it's about the boy on the bicycle, which is that book that came out.
This is an incredible Canadian story. His name was
Moffat.
Moffat. I forget his first name.
Ron.
He was Ron Moffat?
Yeah.
Riding his bicycle. Was it Nova Scotia?
I
think it was in Nova Scotia.
Great question.
I forget.
It was in Toronto.
Oh, Toronto.
It was in Toronto.
Never mind.
Yes.
Ignore me. He's riding his bike, and a girl was abducted. She went missing, and they thought it was him, and he went to jail for how long? Years. So this is his story. This crime author,
Nate Hendley,
wrote a book.
Yes.
He's a seasoned true crime writer.
Yes, so he wrote a book called The Boy on the Bicycle, and the library is going to be having a signature event, so we're selling tickets. Tickets are $10 each. And Nate Hendley is going to be there, and Mr. Moffat as well.
Mr. Moffat, the guy that was wrongly accused of murdering that young lady.
Yeah. So that is on Friday, November 23rd.
This is like a huge story.
It's 7 p.m. Tickets are available at both library locations.
Okay.
And it sounds like it's going to be a great event.
What's going on with the new library?
Oh, well,
that's up at what's it called? The North Branch? You're calling it the North Branch.
Yes.
If you don't know about this yet, where have you been?
Yep.
Northern Avenue.
Yep.
Right next to the former Alexander Henry School, which is now Boreal. Mm-hmm. Got a brand new library.
Yes, so we're also doing fundraising for that. So if you're interested in donating to the new library, we would be happy to take your donations. We've got pamphlets available if you're interested, and there's also an information package on our website.
Okay, and so look at this. This is Look, this is all the information you ever want to know. You can get that at the library. You can go online to the library. What's your website?
SSMPL.ca.
Something going on for everybody at the library. Happy Library Week, Sarah McComb.
Thank
Give
you,
my
Timothy.
best to Hannah and
I
to
will.
Matthew, the
I will.
acting director. And we'll be back with news. Well, actually, banter then news on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Thanks again, Sarah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love a rainy night. Well, I love a rainy night. Well, I love a rainy night.
This is the world we live in, and these are the hands we give up. Use them, let's stop trying to make it.
So nice to see Sarah McComb these days.
Yes.
Her grandfather was one of the kindest, gentlest mans. Plural for men.
Yes, plural.
Men. Anyway,
Done,
it was a nice little reunion to have there.
That's awesome.
I hope her mom's watching. Hi, Paula.
You know everyone.
No, my dad knew everybody. That's
Yes.
so I just sort of passed on, and my mother too.
Yeah, for
And then
sure.
the rest of the family. My family's pretty outgoing.
Yeah.
You know
No?
everybody.
Really?
Well, everybody knows you.
Yeah.
Do you get that when you go out? People go, "Oh, you're that lady."
Little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like before, but yeah.
I got to be careful now because
starting back up again.
when I drive and stuff now, I
Yeah.
think, oh, people might know who I am. I better,
Yeah, if you
I
give
better not
people the
cut me.
finger, they'll go, "Look at that! I thought that was nice, Tim
Yeah.
Murphy, but he's not a very nice boy."
No, he cut me off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some sad news in the entertainment
Oh,
world.
here she goes again.
Selena Gomez, poor little wiener.
What about her?
She's been hospitalized again for mental health issues.
Oh.
I guess since her, apparently it's preventative. They're calling it preventative because
Okay.
the last time she, just boom, had to go to rehab and like really do some work. Apparently this time it's preventative.
So is this mental illness or is this addiction too?
No, this is mental illness.
Okay.
Yeah. But what's happening is, of course, she has lupus and she recently had a kidney
Oh, there
transplant.
she is.
So she's very off kilter about that. And the other day she had a low white blood cell count.
Okay.
So, it's heavy. It's hard to deal with. And so she thought, you know what? I think maybe it's
Just doing a
time.
checking
Yeah,
in, taking
yeah.
care of herself. Good for her.
So
That's
she's going to do that. Yeah.
self-care.
Yeah, you know what? You
Lupus
gotta
is
take
a
care.
horrible,
Oh.
horrible thing.
And it's different for every single person that
I
has
know.
it.
Some people it's like arthritis, and some people it's like entire body pain that
Yes.
comes on them, and there's
It's
headaches.
horrible,
And,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
And there's
yeah,
nothing- and
it's-
you can't
no.
treat lupus.
No, you can't. So she's also decided just before she went into hospital, she said that she was going to take a break from social media. She said, be careful with your comments because a negative comment can hurt anybody.
That's true.
So,
Did you
it's
hear
kind
that?
of sad.
Staying away from the internet. Did you hear that story about the women from the Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, otherwise known as the Mormons? But I guess the leader of the Mormons is saying, "Don't call us Mormons anymore. Call us Latter-day Saints."
Oh.
There was a big conference, and they told the women, only the women, to stay off social media for 10 days. This was right after the Kavanaugh stuff.
Oh, really?
And they said, yeah, you'll be amazed at how much better your life can feel when you're not polluted by all this outside stuff.
Like true, honest, real information?
Yeah, and only the women were told to stay away from social media, not the men.
Interesting.
I'm just stating facts. I'm no opinions, just
Yeah.
stating facts.
Yeah, just calling it like we see it.
Now, speaking of wives, there are 2 Canadian women who were captured by the Kurds, and they're being held in Syria. They were captured by the Kurds because their husbands were fighting for ISIS, or ISIL, depending on how you want to
So these are Canadian
Canadians
women.
who went over with their husbands or who went over to marry a man who was an ISIS fighter. And they are now being held in a Syrian prison, and they want to be repatriated to Canada. And they are saying the Canadian government isn't answering their calls to come back to Canada, and they're feeling hopeless.
Maybe you shouldn't have married a
Gone to-
guy that fights for ISIS. I mean,
So-
one of them went there and had 3 children with this guy. But then on the other hand says, I've never fired a gun.
I've never fired a gun. All I did was stay home and raise the kids so that he could go out and kill people in the name of religion.
Let's hurry up and get her back, though. Let's work on that.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't.
Really?
I don't.
Isn't that? That's astounding.
They call them terrorist homemakers.
Terrorist homemakers, and they're upset with the Liberal government
Because they won't bring them back to
bring
Canada.
them back home.
And they're saying because they were brainwashed and they need help and there's no deprogramming over there.
3 kids later, you need help?
Anyway, you're doing the news next.
I'm doing the news next.
And I'm sure we're going to hear all about roads and...
Yes, flooding and yes.
All right, so
So
stay
you're
with
not
us.
alone, unfortunately, if you're out there in a flood.
Don't go anywhere. Luann's got the news right after this.
Let it go. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh yeah. I don't wanna do your dirty work no more.
Luann, I don't want to do your dirty work no more.
Too late.
Hey, Bum Slide Thursday.
Woohoo!
I know, we're this close to
How
Saturday.
is it that short weeks feel so long?
I know.
Right?
Well, it's going to be Saturday before you know it.
Yes.
What are you doing on Saturday?
I think I am going to a pajama party.
I'm doing a fundraiser for Helping Hands.
Oh.
You know those people that...
Yes, yes.
Yeah, they have that house on, like, whatever that street is with the C name, off of, between McDonald and McNabb. I forget. Anyway, they do all kinds of great stuff in the community. They have little hubs all over the place, and so anyway, they asked me to do a fundraiser for them at the Moose Lodge.
Is it Crawford Avenue?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's Crawford Avenue. They have a house there that they operate out of. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing on Saturday. So I can't go see Jay Amar, but listen, if you want you want to go to see it, you like free stuff?
Oh, I always like free
I like free stuff too. Who wants to go see Jay Amar for free? There he is, Your Perfect Matador. It's his 6th CD. He's releasing it here in Sault Ste. Marie. He's coming home with his 5-man roots band. Great. Jay's an amazing composer, singer, songwriter. He's been compared to Leonard Cohen and
Wow.
Guthrie,
some big
Woody
shoes to
Guthrie.
fill.
And anyway, he's home. Saturday, October the 13th at the Tech Theater. Jay has provided us with some free tickets to give away. So if you want to qualify for a couple of free tickets, send me an email to timothy@superiormedia.ca. And the first emails that come in will be getting these free tickets, valued at $25 in advance, $30 at the door. This coming
That's all
Saturday.
you have to do is just email
Just
you?
send me an email with your name and I will...
We don't have to compliment you or anything?
Don't have to say nice things about me. You know why?
Wow.
Because I'm pretty self-assured about how fabulous I am. Yeah, no.
You?
Yeah.
Really?
No. I need a haircut still. Can somebody please cut my hair?
Allison, where's Allie?
She's busy and I'm busy and we
Yeah.
never meet up. And
I know, it's hard. It's hard to be good looking.
actually, you know what? Just working with
From
you
what
makes
I
me want to
hear.
pull my hair out, so it'll all get shorter eventually. Anyway, I saw a movie last night.
Yes.
Okay, I told you that. Remember we had Jamie Boston on from Algoma Autism Foundation.
Yes.
And then we also were supposed to have an interview with Autism Ontario, but she couldn't be here. She was under the weather.
Oh, yes.
We're going to reschedule. So anyway, autism, it's been on my mind lately, and I watched, Jamie mentioned Temple Grandin. Temple Grandin is a woman with autism who has done incredible things in her life. She's got a master's degree. She has a PhD. At 4 years old, she still hadn't spoken, and her mother was told to put her in an institution, and that she would never be able to
And she
function.
has all these
She has a
degrees.
master's degree. 75% of the cattle that goes to slaughter these days goes to slaughter in North America. Goes to slaughter humanely because of Temple Grandin. This lady, her form of autism gave her this amazing gift for insight. She can see things that most people can't see. She can visualize. She's a very visual person. Never good with words or math, but boy, she could design things. There she is right there. She could design things. She does TED Talks now. She could
Really?
design things. She could build things. Incredible gift. And when she saw cattle going to slaughter, she could empathize and she could visualize what they were going through. And she was able to create this system of I don't even know how to describe it. It's what leads the cattle to slaughter, but it makes it so humane. Their heart rates are completely at rest when they arrive there, and the actual way that their life ends is so quick and so painless that all the way there, they used to dip them in water to get rid of stuff and stuff to clean them and everything. And they would get poked and prodded by people, and by men and cowhands and stuff. Now they all just wander through this thing, the system that she designed.
And they don't know.
And they have no idea, and it's
Oh, that's
all
so
comfortable,
awesome.
and there's no trauma for the animals.
Imagine if she would have put in if she would have been put in an institution when she was 4 years
And
old.
more than that, and she's come up with amazing things, and she's an inspiration. So I watched the movie starring Claire Danes. It had like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes,
yeah.
and 95% from critics. It was made in 2010. I never saw it before.
No.
If you get a chance to watch it, not only informative, but really inspirational, so touching, beautiful. And
you know
Catherine
what?
O'Hara plays her aunt and does a great job acting in a
Really?
serious role.
Every once in a while, she pops up doing that.
Yeah, I think they
Good
must have filmed
Canadian
some
girl.
of this stuff out in the prairies because there's a couple of Canadian actors in the film. So,
Ah.
yeah, I highly recommend it.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to do that.
Now, coming up next. Oh, it's Brooke McMillan from the Seniors Drop-In Center. Lots going on there, too, so stay with us. We'll meet Brooke in just a moment. Welcome back, Brooke McMillan from the Seniors Drop-In Center.
Thank you for having me.
What's your job there?
My job title
Yeah, what
is
do you
a
call it?
recreation programmer.
You're doing a great job because I'm looking at all these recreation programs. I'm like, this sounds fun. I need that one. And then you so kindly pointed out to me that now that I'm 55, I must need.
Now you can attend all of our programs.
I can, and they're free.
They are. These programs are free. Not all of ours, but the grant programs are free.
The grant programs.
Yes. So
some the government helps us out. Is it Parks Canada?
no, it's funded by the government of Canada.
Oh,
And
parking
it's
is local. I saw the word park. I was like, oh, Parks Canada.
No, that's where our parking is. So we have a whole bunch. We have 4 grant programs that are actually happening right now. One is already started, which is a balance and core strength. But we do have 3 of them that are coming up soon, so anybody can register for them. They're free to anybody who registers, and they're all in 4-week blocks in the evenings.
This is the one that I need. Happy hips. My dryer broke yesterday,
Yes.
and so I was trying to fix it. I was sitting cross-legged on the floor in my laundry room trying to figure out the fuses in my dryer. I was down on the floor for about 15 minutes. Brooke, I went to stand up, and I was like, oh, my hips are locked. Happy hips, folks.
Come and register.
Free, 6:30 to 7:30, 4 weeks, every Thursday, starting November 1st through November 22nd.
Yes, and they're all the same instructor, Carla Pierman. A lot of our seniors at our center do
Where'd you find Carla, do you know?
follow certain instructors. She has been an instructor at our center. She does a lot of the fitness stuff for us.
They
and
love Carla?
They love Carla. She's been with us for a very long time now.
We love you, Carla. All right, so I'm gonna come and put my hips in your hands. What else are we working on? Strong Bones exercise class.
Yes.
Who's that? Carla again.
Yep,
We
they're
do
all
love
taught by
her.
Carla.
Fantastic. This is Mondays.
Mondays.
Same time block, 6:30 to 7:30, which is great because you know what? It's early enough. You finish dinner, you head on down, you get a little workout.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then you're home by 8 o'clock.
It's perfect, yes.
It is. It is. Yes, you're closed on Remembrance Day.
We are closed on Remembrance Day.
Other than that,
yeah.
Carla's got it going on November the 5th to December the 3rd. So what do they do with Strong Bones? I see little weight bars here. Do they actually
Yes.
do like any?
Well, we do have light weights that we use. We also have some of the resistant bands.
Oh, those are excellent. Yeah.
Yep, and we do have yoga mats. So really the only thing that seniors need to attend these is basically themselves, running shoes, and comfortable clothes. We have everything else that we can provide for them at our center.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So you have parking,
We do?
and then also you're on a bus route still, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For now. I don't know. I heard rumors about Bay Street and maybe we're losing some buses, but we won't talk about
Spread
that
that
right
around
now.
too much?
No, I know. Well, we're gonna fight that with our
Yes.
with our new council.
Yes.
Okay. So balance and core strength exercise classes. What's this then?
It's
Carla.
Yep, it's still Carla
Thursdays.
Pierman.
Boy, Carla's there. She's there. What time Thursday? Thursdays.
6:30
Oh, this is
to
later
7:30.
on.
Nope, same time.
But I mean, later in the month.
Yes.
It follows the Happy Hips. After Happy Hips, I can go and work on my balance and core strength.
Yes.
So it's a lot of. Oh, do they do the ball stuff?
We have some balls, but
That'd be
they're
scary.
not the big resistance balls. They're just some little ones that they'll use to.
Good, because you know what?
Yeah.
I fall off those balls my own self. So okay, Carla, good work. So those are the 3. Lots going on.
Those are
grant-
the evening fitness programs from the grant
the
program.
grants are
Yes.
totally free.
Yes.
What else is going on?
So we have a lot of our Christmas activities actually coming up. We have our Christmas tea and craft sale coming up. It's earlier this year than what we normally have it, so we want to try and get the word out.
Why are you doing it earlier?
Just because we're trying to do something a little bit different. A lot of the churches have their tea bazaars and everything at the end of November, so we're trying to do it a little bit earlier.
That's nice of you.
Yes.
Don't compete with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's actually on Saturday, November the 3rd. It's one of our only events that we do have on a weekend. It's $6 per ticket, and you can buy them in advance, or for this event, you can buy them at the door as well.
What do we get for $6?
You get tea, fancy sandwiches, and dessert.
Fancy sandwiches.
Yes, the fancy sandwiches.
I love fancy. Do they do the little spiral pinwheelie
Yes.
ones? I love
Yep,
those.
and the ribbon sandwiches, so they're really good. There's
ribbons.
also, there's a bake table too.
Ooh.
That you can purchase some of your Christmas baking at.
Who does the baking?
The seniors. It's all through volunteer.
Nobody bakes better than seniors.
Yes. So we have that. There's also a lot of people register and they'll purchase tables that'll be around the outside of our
Blankets,
centers.
socks, mittens, toques, Christmas ornaments, and more.
And those are,
available for purchase.
a few things. So you can purchase a lot of your Christmas crafts at our tea. And this tea, actually, any age can come.
Is this a fundraiser? The tea? I mean, like if they're buying stuff, or
It goes to the seniors.
the seniors themselves.
Yes.
So they make it and they get it.
And they get it, yes. When they book a table, all of their funds stay with the seniors there.
It's almost like I wouldn't say flea market because it's new stuff, but it's like that.
Exactly.
Arts and crafts table, so they can book a table. Do they have to pay to book a table this year?
Yes, it's $10 for a 6-foot table, and there are limited spots, so we just ask that everybody calls and registers to get a table.
That's a great thing. So, and if you have handicrafts you've been working on all year, or there's still even time. This isn't until November the 3rd. If you got busy and started knitting,
Yeah, it's a few weeks away.
yeah,
Soon.
you could book a table for $10, go in, and then you can sell your stuff, and you get to keep what you sell.
Exactly.
Keep the money you sell.
Yes.
I love that. And for the rest of us, $6, and we get sandwiches, homemade goodies, and fun.
Yes, it's a great afternoon. So we encourage seniors to come out, purchase your tickets early if you can. If not, they are.
Where do
at the
they get
door.
the tickets?
They can get them at our center. They have
At the
to come
drop-in
in.
center?
Yeah.
Both locations or just the downtown?
Just the downtown. Anything that is ticketed events is you can strictly get them at that center. So
At that
these are
center.
just at the drop-in center.
Okay. And volunteers. Always looking for volunteers?
We are always looking for volunteers. So right now we're actually planning all of our activities for next year already, which is
Wow.
the beginning of January to the end of May.
Was it you that reached out to me about
Yes.
something in May? And I
Yes.
can't do afternoon. So maybe we could do an event on a weekend where I could.
Weekends maybe not, but in
Or
the evenings. We
evenings.
are open in the evenings. So
Well,
we
you
can
know
talk
what?
about
Tell
evenings
Carla
too.
Pierman that I want one evening because we're going to do a sing-along with like wartime songs and like
Yep.
songs from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. I think
Yes.
that'd be fun.
Yes, so we're
Okay.
going to try and plan that. So
I'm going to volunteer. You should too. What other volunteer positions are available?
we're looking for a lot of volunteers just to instruct different classes. They can be fitness classes, craft classes,
Like Carla
quilting
does.
classes, educational classes, anything like that.
Oh, because we were talking about the craft classes. You get some people. You have a lot of people who shop at like Michael's and
Yep.
who shop at Fabric Land
Yes.
or Shabby Motley. Those are the kind of people. Isn't this nice? They are all involved in arts and crafts, and they will donate their time to go and lead a workshop with the seniors.
Exactly, and it can be as little a time as they can give or as much time as they can give. We can really plan it accordingly.
You
through
got
the
an
different
hour of your time,
instructors.
and you want to go down and sit with the seniors and
Yes.
lead them through some scrapbooking. I've heard you guys do down there
Yes,
too.
yep, we do the scrapbooking. That happens once a month.
So we're looking for volunteers to go down and just whether it's exercise, whether it's arts and
Yep.
crafts. Do you guys do anything with reading and stuff like books or book
Yep,
clubs?
we have a Savvy Book Chat, and a representative from the library comes down again once a month, and they instruct kind of an hour-long book chat of anything that the seniors have been reading.
So I mean, chances are, if you're interested in it, then another person,
Yeah.
just because they're a senior doesn't mean they don't care about stuff or
Exactly.
enjoy things. They're going to enjoy it too. So if you have a
Yes.
passion for something, share it with the seniors.
And it doesn't always have to be coming in to do an instructional class, because sometimes
Right.
that intimidates some seniors.
Okay.
So sometimes they can come. We look for noon lunch volunteers where they can come and help make sandwiches and serve.
Nice.
And that's on a regular basis. Or we have different things like our dinner dance. They can come in and serve, set tables, anything like that. So there's tons of different volunteer
Yeah, when it comes
opportunities.
to room setup and takedown and serving, that's something that students could do too, right?
That is something that students can do. We have given volunteer hours to high school students.
There you go. And you know what else I love? I love the idea sometimes of a classroom of students taking on a project.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are maybe a teacher who's looking to do something in the community with your students, maybe put your heads together and think about something you could do for the senior center that volunteer your time and maybe put on an event, sponsor
Yes.
an event, go down and even do like I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Get creative, and the intergenerational stuff is so neat.
Yes, it's always good for the seniors to interact with, the younger
Youth.
generation, whether
Yeah.
it be through volunteers or whether them just being in the center and talking to them and stuff. So it's good.
All right, so we're looking for volunteers, plus check out all of these classes for seniors. You can get this information. Do you have a website or a Facebook page?
We don't have a Facebook page. We are located on the city website, so they can
that's
access.
right.
Yep, they can access our full booklet that's right now there from the beginning of September to the end of December.
You know where else you can find out?
Where?
www.SiouxOnline.com.
Yes, they have our flyers.
Trina does everything on the on our community calendar. You'll find all these seniors events on the community calendar.
Yes, they get our monthly flyer. So the booklet's not there, but they have everything by the month. So
Okay.
yeah, and we also advertise in Sioux Today, the newspaper Sioux Star. So if they're looking for anything like
You can
that,
always find out seniors
yes,
events.
or call our center, drop into our center for a tour or anything
Hey,
like that.
that's fun
So,
too.
Yes.
Brooke McMillan, ladies and gentlemen, and good luck with everything going on this fall at the Seniors Drop-In Center on Bay Street. We'll be back to say goodbye with Lou Ann right after this.
And welcome back. Just before we go, I want to remind you we have a live event here on TV at noon today. Ward 4 candidates.
Our ward.
Yes, running in the mayor or the municipal.
Election.
Thank you.
I'll just stand here and give you words.
Okay, good. Municipal election coming up on October 22nd.
I voted yesterday
Did you?
at the advance poll.
Good. I think I might do that Saturday.
Saturday is another advance
Yes,
poll.
I think I might
If
do
there's
that.
nobody there. In and out. Minutes.
Well,
Done.
because here it's busy that
Yeah.
day.
So, and
Election
check
day.
in today,
Yes.
noon o'clock.
Noon o'clock.
Her and me.
Yes,
And
Ward
Lorna
4.
Rudolph. And
Yes.
we're going to be debating with the candidates. So,
It's going to be interesting.
We'll see you
I've
here.
learned so much.
and have a great Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow for, thank goodness it's Friday, on Mornings with
Woohoo!
Lou Ann and Tim.
Have an awesome day.